I'm Glenn Moore. I'd like to talk a little bit today about something which is very dear to my heart, and that is unconditional love and its importance, especially now in what we're seeing across the world. From my perspective, we are living in a very polarized world at the moment. On the other side of the Atlantic, we have the conflict between Biden and Trump. We have the conflict between the Biden supporters, the Democrats, and Trump and the Republicans, and all the information, some of which has been, it seems, suppressed, but in any case, much of it is being revealed about election fraud. I don't want to dwell on that. That may be something I can talk about in another production. But the other polarity, which I think is also very important to be aware of, and also perhaps even more damaging than the Trump-Biden situation, and that is the polarity between the people who are, let's say, firm believers in the COVID narrative, the official story, all the restrictions, the need for a vaccine, the need for social distancing, the need for mask wearing, all the things that we've been told are essential to somehow stop this disease. They're on one side of the fence, and on the other side of the fence we have the people who have, let's say, opposite views, or have views which are that this is all about control, this is all about losing our freedom. And having done some research myself, quite considerable research, I am very concerned that the situation is rolling on to an end that no one can really foresee, and which may well be even worse than what we're in now. Hopefully not. I remain an optimist and positive about the future. But what I want to say is this, that it's very important, vital in fact, that we start focusing on love again. Where is the love at the moment in this world? This worries me more than anything. And it's really very sad that people are, some people say, showing their true colors, but true colors in being disrespectful, being even hateful of people whose views they may disagree with. I mean, what does that achieve? Absolutely nothing. In fact, it makes the situation worse. I have always believed in unconditional love. My mission and purpose in life is to live in and as unconditional love. That's not easy. I have often, and still do, struggled to achieve that, even if it is achievable ultimately as a goal. But whether that's true or not, I think it's vitally important that we start focusing again on love, conditional or otherwise. Conditional love is very easy to define. It's love subject to conditions. I will love you if you agree with me. I will love you if you do this, if you say that, etc. That is, of course, not unconditional love. Unconditional love is total acceptance of the other person or other people as they are, and willingness to respect and tolerate and be patient with those other people in all circumstances, to show love and compassion. And this is what brings harmony in the world. This is really what this is about. The polarity in the world is creating disharmony, and it's becoming almost entrenched because of this polarity that I've spoken about. And to bring back harmony, we really need to come back to love. And unconditional love is about loving the self first. This is vital. It's really about loving the self first. And what does that mean? It means no self-criticism. It means no beating oneself up mentally. It means accepting oneself just as you are, accepting yourself as you are in every way. Of course, we all make mistakes. We get things right or wrong according to the society we live in. But at the end of the day, our self-love is what will bring us back to our true selves, our true peace, our true harmony. And to give you an example of this, it's like comparing a mind-based reality to a heart-based reality. People who love themselves and love others unconditionally, or even if not totally unconditionally, are operating from the heart and not from the mind. And what we're seeing in the world at the moment is a very mind-driven reality of right and wrong, of this or that, of objects, of the external. We're not focused on our internal well-being. It's all the external. 6-foot distancing, wear a mask, take a vaccine, whatever it is. And yet it's our inner well-being that is really at the forefront of all of this. There is a well-known spiritual saying that many of you will know, as without, so within. And so it is with this situation in the world, this polarity in the world. Because for me, it reflects the inner conflict that we all have. What we've been seeing in the world in the last few weeks and months are these situations in which there has been a lot of lies and deception, so I believe, or at least the governments and the mainstream media have been economic with the truth, let's call it. Famous saying going back to Margaret Thatcher. And that doesn't help. But where are we individually also that way? Where are we lying to ourselves? Where are we deceiving ourselves? Where are we in inner conflict? Because if, as I believe, the value and the ethos of as without, so within holds true, and I believe it does, then we really need to deal with our own inner conflicts, our own inner deceptions, our own inner suppression, if you like, of the truth, suppression of who we really are. We're seeing information being suppressed by social media. We're seeing information being suppressed by the mainstream media. How are we suppressing that information for ourselves? And it's important to look at that. So think again about love. Think about unconditional love. Think about how you can be more loving to yourself and to others in these difficult times. It's vital, I think, that we focus on helping each other and helping ourselves, obviously, but helping each other by helping ourselves and spreading information that is valuable. And the need to love and to be at peace with ourselves is, I think, vital at this time. Maybe ask yourself, how much more loving can I be? It's interesting that those people who've had near-death experiences report what they call a life review, and they meet this wise being. Some people regard them as Jesus or some spiritual figure, some religious figure. These wise beings, they're not interested in how big a house you had during your lifetime. They're not interested in how many promotions you got or whether you were leader of this, that, and the other. No, what they want to know is how much more loving have you been in this lifetime. And that's really something to think about. How much more loving can we be? And that's love really for everyone, whatever their views, whatever their opinions, wherever they stand, Biden or Trump, COVID or not, conspiracy theory or not. None of that really matters. It's about love at the end of the day. So I urge you all to focus on that. Think love, speak love, write about love, create things that are loving. Look at the beauty of nature around us. What's not to love in this beautiful environment, in this beautiful world in which we live? Let's get back to this heart-driven reality of focus on love. Thank you for listening.